Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black Channel here, Ticker Talker, and we're starting off a new week, and so, SPY just keeps walking up if you go to the upper left. Just gap and sit, still exhaustion risk, new highs, and then just kind of sitting here doing nothing. So the rally moves on, and so what will happen this week is tomorrow we'll finally have separate openings for the 60 daily, weekly, and monthly, and we call that the uncoupling. And then we can identify different groups because I'm not today you're going to notice that the daily and the weekly opening are going to stay the same all day, and then tomorrow on the first 60 the daily and the 60 will be the same, but then after that we got a separate opening, four of them, and that'll be good. So we always want to focus on that. So we want to also, starting off, always looking at the different broader averages to see what's going on. So SPY gaps up and sits, Q's gaps up and comes in just a tad, but now a potential hammer here back on the 60. We got some of our big boy still lagging up there. Your Amazon and stuff still doing nothing. If you go to the diamonds here, look at that, to the tick on this line here, right? But still gapping and sitting. If we go to the small cappers, you're going to see this here a little better. You can see they made the push up and then sideways, and now an inside 60 here to see if they want to keep those going. It's been a little quiet from the Wall Street Bets guys. No tweets from the Wall Street Bets guys since February 3rd. GameStop here, still heavy Eddie and coming in. Still would be an inside day, but selling off here. So we'll see how that goes for those guys. One of the things we were looking for over the weekend was this SMH. And you see this SMH upper middle here, the inside week after the sell-off. Remember we saw these shooters, the 2-2 back down, then the inside, and now trying to go reversal back up. So SMH over 239.82 gets our attention. It's there right now, so that gets us into the semis and go through some of the usual suspects. Your AMD here, and you can see this weekly taking out the previous low, and then boom, 2-2 reversal here on the weekly. Potential outside month or two, and we'll see how that goes. A nice little day to begin, and you'll notice this inside 60 in the lower left. Right here's your measured move. You're up, you're inside, and your measured move. We'll see if that continues. NVIDIA, after a long sleep here, trying to wake up. NVIDIA, and you can see this thing's been doing nothing forever, but now you're taking out last month's highs, which was an outside month here in the lower middle. Right, there's your broadening formation. This is your expansion above 559.97, and you're there, and here she comes. So we'll see if that continues with the SMHers. Xilinx also taking the inside week to the upside upper middle. You can see that. Don't you like when all the 60s do the same thing? Look at this measured move. Makes it real easy. It's called a simultaneous break. Right, almost everybody in there's doing it. How's Marvell? Nope. Still coming up. Your R22 day, still inside week for that. LRCX, a bunch of the usual suspects here starting to come up. Still would be an inside day LRCX, but then you can go after this inside week here above 525. Right, you're almost there, so you can keep a bunch of those guys up. If we go to crude. And the crude oil having another nice day here. You can see this has been powering. UCO's just been powering up, and that's getting a little bit of the XLE going here. Like so, and some more usual suspects. There you go, the big boys. How's Chevron? Chevron a little bit, taking out last week's highs. You got Amerada Haas here, coming up, taking out last week's highs here. And PXD was an inside week, and we'll see if that wants to break here. So this week, PXD we're looking against above 130.33. You're right there right now. So we'll see if that sets up again. Once again, you can see that 60 in the lower left. Up, inside, off she goes. If we go to the weed, Tilray. AMAT goes to the highs as I speak. I'm just keeping an eye on some of these semis. And Tilray, you can see this, the inside day. Off she goes. Used to be somebody here in the monthly and having a nice push here. So we'll see if that sets up again. Any 30? There you go. You're inside 30. The up, sideways, measured move. And off it goes. That tells you, look at CGC. CGC to a lesser extent, trying to take this. Cron, the inside day. Right, so it's important to watch how all these subgroups set up, and then you can get this here on the 30 in the lower left. Here, an APHA. APHA. See these 2 days inside of here, and off it goes after last week's rev strat in the upper middle. That inside bar poked down, and boom, still going. That's good. If we go to Moderna, and Moderna here, upper middle, inside week, couldn't take out the highs or the lows. Momo hammer. Anybody got short in here, got jammed this morning? Boom. Target was to take this out. It did it. Now we'll see if it sets up again for you right now. Tried to go inside and up on the 60 and just kind of sat there, so we'll see if it doesn't make any lower lows if that keeps going. If you go to NVAX now inside on the 60, did its job. Here's what we're looking to do as it started to race up. Go after the month. The new highs. Here's your broadening formation here, going back to 09. Lower low and higher high. And there it is in all its glory, and that's what we're looking forward to do. And it did it. And then you do inside day last week. That was nice, and off she went. If we go to SQ, we got a lot of Bitcoin running. Anybody related to Bitcoin? With the Bitcoin up to 44,000. Now you got an inside 60 here for the SQ. Going into new highs, just exhaustion risk, so we'll see if that sets up and goes. If we go to XO on E. XO and E on the monthly, nice long green bar. That's what we look for, and still going, right, off an inside day, upper left, right, still going. Now we'll see if that sets up as an inside 60 or not. AMAT going to the highs. Let's take a look at that real quick. And let's get rid of this monthly, so huge. So AMAT, you can see this, still inside on the week. So here, if you can get this weekly to break above this, 105.20 with the rest of the semi. So those, the ones that haven't broken are the ones that can give you a little bit more papa once they start going. NVIDIA goes to the highs as I speak. Also have Western Digi and Western Digital, upper middle, inside week to the upside. All right, then you get this lower left, the inside 60, to reconfirm that inside 60, inside week and up for you, and that tells you to look at STX. STX the same here, up, inside, and the weekly up in here. So trying to get out of all this kind of stuff in here, but right now those two having a nice little morning to start off the week. Airlines trying to wake up here a little bit. United, see that, taking out last week's highs, all right, potential outside month, and there was your inside 60 right here in the lower left, took care of business. You got JetBlue here also coming up. You've got Alaska Air, keep an eye on all of them here, American here to a lesser extent. You still had that inside 60 here in Delta. Airlines doing some moving here. In retail, you got RH. And RH coming up here, now triangles them out, but you can see the watch in this weekly break. Now it's back into it. So on an hourly basis, this would reconfirm here in the next hour if you can take this out. This hammer out here above 502.19, and if not, you'd look to see if this stays as an inside 60. If we go to Disney. Disney having a nice move here, and we knew about this from last week because you have here on the weekly that inside bar, then down, then boom, back to the previous range rev strat. And if that works, then it takes the inside month to the upside, you see? So that's working pretty well right there so far. Just some exhaustion risk by going into the highs. How's this little guy? OGI. OGI, nice little day, inside day to the upside. You know, not real screamer, but used to be somebody. You can see that monthly. This thing's been a lot higher. If we go to Yelp. LRCX goes to the highs, more semis. If you go to Yelp, you see also upper middle, inside week to the upside, something we look for. Now you can see the inside 60 in the lower left, right? And we'll see if that sets up again, takes this out in the next hour above 37.06. Yelp used to be somebody here too, so that's one of the reasons we keep an eye on that thing. If we go to Flex, and Flex, see this inside 60 is nice, just another inside week to the upside to keep an eye on for the rest of the week over 1924. You're there. If we go to Bitcoin Mara, And Mara now inside on the 60 here. And you see this had a nice run with all this Bitcoin on the monthly. Now trying to continue again, so you can keep an eye on this inside 60 going forward. Riot Blockchain. And Riot Blockchain now inside on the 60. And you can see this weekly upper middle inside week to the upside. Now it does its job by going to the high, so now it just has to set up and continue. If we go to GILT, G-I-L-T. And GILT, G-I-L-T, just having another nice day, nice month for this thing so far. So we'll see if that sets up right now. Running a little quick. See if we get 15er out of this thing. A little tricky, but here's your outside 15. And so when you see a bar like this that's strong and green on all time frames, when it pokes down like this and then goes back green inside of this, we're looking for an outside bar, which we got there. So we'll see if that sets up again. Another little guy, INFI. The INFI, trying to get at the 15er. Let's see if we can get it. In INFI, now we'd cook an inside 30 if you can get it. You get your inside week to the upside. All right, we knew about that as in the weekend video. And once again, when you go to the monthly, you're going to see this. Way up here used to be somebody. That's what we like. So coming back is INFI. If we go to OCGN. And OCGN, nice ripper. There you go. 7 points off the opening. That's nice. If you go to your 60, you're going to see this. Not an inside 60. However, if you do this, you go to the 30, you're going to notice this. These two are 30-minute bars. Call that a sideways 60. This is 60 minutes inside of this 30. So when it breaks that, that's an inside sideways 60 to the upside. That's how you get in on something like that. If you go to net, and net, inside week to the upside, does its job by taking out these highs. But the good thing about that, then it triggers the inside month to the upside, which is good all month, so long as it's above 87.15. Now the target was only to take out 88.77, which it did, so now we'd like to stay up there. We'll see if that sets up again for us. If you go to ARIA, I'm ripping, are you? Yes, I am. Look at this thing. So here, just a big long bar shenanigans. Once again, your sideways 60, albeit this gave you the inside 30. So when it broke this, you're in over 1571, trading 23, not bad. Triple D, still trying to go here, and we know that this thing's been strong. Nice long month. Last month, it's still going. That tells us to look at SSYS. Like so. INFI goes to the high. So see if we can get an inside 30 out of the SSYS. We've got Sientra, I should say. Month. Looks like that was a 2 month to the downside. Nope, inside month to the upside used to be somebody, and now really starting to rip here. We'll see if that sets up again. LRCX goes to the highs, semi still going. Let's see if we get to, you might want to keep an eye on some XHBers, home builders going inside month or week to the upside. On the downside, you got Checkpoint. Here, still having some problems with your inside month to the downside in the lower middle. Centene, CNC having some problems here inside week to the downside in the healthcares. That tells you to keep an eye on like ANTM and Humana and all that kind of stuff. You got TMUS also starting to come in here and taking this inside week to the downside, right? Going after the monthly lows. So still having some problems there is TMUS. If we go to, oops. Oh, there's your 60. See if that goes inside in the 60 for you. Gaming stocks, Penn having a rough one, albeit trying to firm up now. Taking out yesterday's lows, 2-2 reversal there. DraftKings not falling apart and trying to come back off the 60 right now as I speak. Towers are having some problems. AMT here taking out inside day to the downside, and that tells you to watch CCI here on an inside day, and the SBAC. Always running out of time. So SBAC. Okay, SBAC tower, and you can see that 2 up, 2 down, and then taking out last week's lows. Outside week, then here, and the target was this, but never know if they can get worse on that. W, just having a little inside day to the downside. CRNC. here. Nice outside day, but I think we'll leave it at that. It's Monday, so if you're not doing too much, that's okay. But certainly keeping an eye on those semis and anything to do with the Bitcoin. That's gonna do it for today. I'm Russ with the Swizzle Black Channel here at Ticker Taco, the Strat Time Report.